Welcome to our Friday night question and answer program. Please go ahead with your call.
Yeah, Chris, you were talking about Isaiah 49 and Isaiah 54.
And the children, right? The children that are lost?
Yeah.
Okay. In Isaiah 49, verse 20, it says, "The children which thou shalt have after thou hast lost the other shall say again in thine ears, the place is too strait for me, give place to me that I may dwell. Then shalt thou say in thine heart, who hath begotten me these, seeing I have lost my children, and am desolate, a captive, and removing to and fro, and who has brought up these? Behold, I was left alone, these, where had they been?" And the language here is remarkably similar to the language of Revelation 7 when the great multitude makes an appearance. And remember, the great multitude comes into view in verse 9 after God has laid out 12,000 from each of the 12 tribes, the 144,000 that identify with all those saved during the church age. And then it actually says in verse 9, after this, a great multitude appeared in white robes, indicating they were saved. And later on, the question's asked in verse 13, from whence came they? Out of great tribulation. And just as this group of children, verse 20 says, the children which thou shalt have after thou hast lost the other. Just as Revelation 7:9 says, after this. After 144,000, great multitude appears. And then verse 21, it's expressing wonder that these children are in view, that they are there. Where they come from? Who hath begotten me these, seeing I have lost my children? And also later on, who has brought up these? Behold, I was left alone. These, where had they been? And compare that to Revelation 7, verse 13. And one of the elders answered, saying unto me, what are these which are arrayed in white robes, and whence came they? Two questions. What are these? Just like, who hath begotten me these? Whence came they? Just like the questions are asked in Isaiah 49, where had they been? And also within verse 21, I've lost my children, desolate, captive, is language which identifies with the Great Tribulation. It identifies with the spiritual desolation that came upon the church, and that's when the children are lost. And so, who hath begotten me these? There's really excellent biblical support for the teaching that there were two main groups that God saved during two seasons. The early rain brought forth the first fruits, 144,000, the number they're typified by. The latter rain, which brought forth the great multitude in the second part of the Great Tribulation. And in Isaiah 54, verse 1, where the woman in view here, actually there's two women, but let me read. Isaiah 54, 1, sing, O barren, thou that didst not bear, break forth into singing and cry aloud. Thou that didst not travail with child, for more are the children of the desolate than the children of the married wife, saith Jehovah. So we have two groups of children being compared. One group is more than the other group, just as in Revelation 7, 144,000, followed by a great multitude no man can number. And they came out of great tribulation, and great tribulation is a period of desolation. So, more are the children of the desolate. That's where the great multitude is found. They came out of desolation, the great tribulation period. Then the children of the married wife. And since it's indicating that there were children of the married wife, then that means the wife is not the law of God, because no children were produced through the law. The law of God is unable to produce children. That is, no one ever became saved through the law. So the married wife must be some marriage other than the law of God. And when we look at the way that the Lord typified those saved during the church age, the 144,000, 12,000 each from the 12 tribes of Israel, and Israel was married to God. The Bible makes a point of letting us know that. Israel is the married wife, Israel, in a figure, produces the 144,000. They're actually saved during the church age, but they are the children of the married wife, and yet more are the children of the desolate, that little season of great tribulation, wherein God saved more in that short period of about 17 years than he had in all previous history, in all previous almost 2 millennium of the church age.